Hey, Lance Egan here. Let's get you a little history on the Frenchie, the original pheasant tail Frenchie.
That's a big brown.
All right, let's talk about Egan's Frenchie, my version of a Frenchie. So I was first introduced to a Frenchie at some World Championships events. The original Frenchies had some sort of hotspot, usually a copper bead, pheasant tail body, copper wire for the rib. My version of that, just my variation of a Frenchie, if you will, that's why we call it Egan's Frenchie, has a Coq de Leon tail, melanistic or dun-dyed or gray-dyed pheasant tail for the body, kept the copper wire. I use a specific color of ice dub. I really like shrimp pink, UV shrimp pink technically. I also sometimes tie them with UV pink. And then I like a gold bead on mine more than a copper bead. Lots of other tyers tie Frenchies in tons of variations, bead-wise, copper wire, silver wire, you name it, different colors of pheasant tail, different colors of ice dub, etc., etc. A million varieties you could use. If you've tied these and fished these, you probably have several varieties already in your box because they work that well. So what did I do on mine that changed it? Again, the Coq de Leon tail. I eliminated the pheasant tail on the original because pheasant tail tails are just not very durable. 2 or 3 fish later, you go to pull that fly out of a fish, maybe your finger slips, maybe not, maybe the fish just chewed on it, your fly doesn't have a tail anymore. Coq de Leon has a lot of sheen, has a lot of speckling, and it adds a lot of durability to the fly as well as keeping the fly very sparse. So I really like CDL for the tail. On my pattern, I put a little bit of super glue down on the shank underneath the pheasant tail because unfortunately pheasant tail still isn't very durable. So when I stick it in, as you're seeing me tie this, you'll see that we lay the pheasant tail in there. We've already got our rib tied in. We put a little bit of super glue down. We wrap the pheasant tail into the super glue, counter wrap with the wire, get rid of the wire, get rid of the pheasant tail, and you have a really as durable of a fly as you can get with that pheasant tail body. Next up, we have one of my favorite materials, Hareline's ice dubbing in UV shrimp pink. That is my color of choice for the hotspot on that fly. And then I also added a red band of thread. Again, I love red collars on a lot of my flies. So we have a lot of contrast. Bright gold bead, a collar of red thread, UV shrimp pink ice dubbing, then that dyed dun or melanistic pheasant tail body with a copper wire rib, and the speckling and sheen of a beautiful feather from the Valley of Leon in Spain, Coq de Leon. It makes a really effective fly. Again, one you got to have in your box, one you got to have some varieties of, tie them in different dyed colors of pheasant tail, try different types and different colors of spectra or ice dubbing for the collars, maybe switch up the beads to your liking, but get them wet, get them deep, get them slow, and catch a fish on a Frenchie.